Record the video, Ashley, and get it over with. Hi everybody, welcome to the restricted section. My name's Ashley and I am new to Booktube. I've been floating around Booktube for a while now and kind of just ghostly commenting and talking to other Booktubers, and the community is really amazing. I originally had this video, but I dyed my hair blonde and I normally have almost black hair, so anyway, it would have been weird for me to start posting videos after you see me initially with black hair. So I decided to do a new video. Welcome to the Booktube Newbie Tag. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this video, but being new, I figured this should be my first. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? Well, like I said before, I have been floating around on Booktube like a ghost, and I kind of feel like the people that I talk to relate to me really well, but I feel like they could relate to me better if they could see my videos and what I'm reading and what I'm into, and I just want to share and I want to be a part of the community because everyone is so amazing. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Well, I am always on the go, and I have 2 children. You can probably hear one over there now. And kayak, hike, and do anything I can outdoors. I'm a biology student and I have a golden retriever named Sage, and he goes everywhere with me. So I also take my books along to read, and I think the thing that I will have interesting is I do a lot of my reading out in the open, so I'm hoping to have a lot of my videos out in the world, and especially since it's summer, it's going to be wonderful. Question 3. What are you most excited for involving this channel? I am so excited to talk to everyone and for everyone to talk back to me. There's not a lot of people in this area that are into books like I am. I mean, you can go to the library and find people that like books, you can find book groups, but there is nothing like Booktube. Booktube is so amazing, and yeah, that's all. Question 4. Why do you love reading? My parents were huge readers and huge gamers, and I was really bored watching them play in their computer room one day, and my dad's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I was bored, Dad." So he handed me The Hobbit. Well, really, my stepmom, she went and got the book The Hobbit and talked to my dad, and then they handed it to me, and I'm like, what could this be? It was before the movies came out or were talked about, so that was my first book. Question 5. What book or series got you into reading? Well, like I just said, it was The Hobbit. Not really The Hobbit, though. I liked The Hobbit a lot. I started reading The Lord of the Rings, and then I really wanted to read something a little bit slower with not so many big words, because at the time I was in middle school and those were really big words. So my stepmom took me to the library and got me my first library card, and I picked up the Patricia Reed books, which was, I believe, the Enchanted Forest series, and Talking with Dragons, Calling on Dragons, and Dealing with Dragons, and I absolutely devoured those, and then it went from there. Question 6. What would you ask your favorite booktuber? I really don't have any questions for my favorite booktubers. I guess what they... I don't think I'd have any questions for my favorite booktubers. Mainly, I get everything because they do Q&As. And, oh, here it goes. I'm not very nosy about other people's lives, but I am always interested in what you're currently reading, and that's all I would ask. And how do you like it? Like, when I find a book and I want to read it, I want to know, have you read this book and do you like it too? And why? Question 7. What challenge do you find hardest to overcome? My hardest challenge is going to be knowing how many videos to post. Let me rephrase this. My hardest challenge is going to be editing. I haven't found editing to be a very simple thing. It's quite tedious, and if this video gets up, you know I survived editing. Question 8. When did you start reading? I have been reading since the beginning of time. My dad read to me every night in my bed like they do in the movies, and ever since I could read, I have. Question 9. Where do you read? I read everywhere. I read everywhere just like any other reader, I think. I mainly read at home on the sofa because I'm home a lot with the kids. But I do read a lot at night in bed. I have a little night light thing that goes on my book that my dad recommended that I get, and sometimes when I'm out exploring, I might take a book with me. I do kayak a lot, so I don't want to get my books wet. But if we're going to the park or something, I'm laying somewhere in half sun, half shade, and reading. And finally, question 10. What type of books do you like to read? I like to read all types of books. When I was younger, my grandmother took me to Monticello, and I fell in love with Thomas Jefferson. And we bought the nerdiest Thomas Jefferson books ever, and I read those like they were candy. At my father's house, I was reading Lord of the Rings and the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, and anything high fantasy that I could get my hands on, I read it, except for Mercedes Lackey. My mom is a huge fan of Mercedes Lackey, but I didn't find her quite as fascinating. Yeah, anything paranormal. I love paranormal stuff. What am I talking about? You want the specifics.
I like fantasy. Sometimes I like contemporary. I definitely like high fantasy if you really want to be that specific. I love history. I like fiction. I like some YA. And it's just such a big list. I can't even do it all off the top of my head.
Yeah, that about sums it up. So I wanted to make this video not too long, pretty short, and just give you guys the brief on me being new to Booktube. And I was gonna link where I got this from, but really there are so many booktubers that I couldn't find the main source that this idea for this tag came from. So thanks for stopping by, and let me know if you want to see more videos. Thanks. Bye! Hey guys! I almost forgot to tell you, make sure to comment below and let me know what you think of my video, and I cannot wait to hear from you, negative or positive. Thanks everybody for watching. Sage, what are you doing? What are you doing, Booty? Oh. He says like and subscribe!